Back when I was in high school, my friend Lexi found out that she was pregnant and told me during class. And a few days later, she told me she had a miscarriage, and she was very upset about it. And me being a good friend, I was there for her and comforted her. Today I will be discussing about how a miscarriage affects women mentally and how it affects their body and the microbiology science of what causes a miscarriage. Many women go through so much bodily trauma when it comes to a miscarriage. It can happen multiple times and potentially be because of the age, chronic conditions, or cervical problems. Throughout a woman's pregnancy, a miscarriage can happen at the earliest of 12 weeks or the latest 12 to 24 weeks. Today I will be shedding more information or shedding more light on women's grief with having a miscarriage or stillbirth and the microbiology science that can cause a miscarriage. I would like to start by talking about the trauma that women endure with having a miscarriage and the science of what can cause a miscarriage. The first thing I would like to talk about is women that go through bodily trauma after a miscarriage. It takes weeks for the body to go back to normal, very similar to a full-term delivery, and symptoms that are very similar can be a loss of appetite, difficulty sleeping, and concentrating. The second thing I would like to talk about is the research behind grief in women and who have had miscarriages. Many women blame themselves for the loss of their child, which results in them grieving more. According to the European Journal of Psychotraumatology of August 2022, states that 17 to 21 studies, which is 81%, grief is elevated in women after a miscarriage or stillbirths. Intense grief and frequent severe grief reactions decrease over time who have had a miscarriage. The third thing I would like to talk about is the microbiology causes defects in fetal development in miscarriages, such as food poisoning and salmonella, which is uncooked food, and if left untreated with the bacteria infection, it can cause a miscarriage. Another article that I found, which is by Advancements of Microbiology of July 2020, states that the bacteria in a L monocytogenes can cause an infection during pregnancy and childbirth, which can lead to multiple abscesses in the organs. TORC, which is a group of infectious diseases during pregnancy, can lead to a miscarriage. Another type of bacteria or parasite, it's called T. gondii, a type of protozoa that is dangerous to the fetus after a mother comes into contact with a parasite, which can cause a miscarriage. If you have any questions, let me know, or would like to know any more in depth about this topic. I have discussed the bodily trauma after a miscarriage, grief women endure of having a miscarriage, and the microbiological science behind what can cause a miscarriage. I hope you learned something new about women who have suffered from miscarriages and can be there for them when having a hard time losing their child.